The coach, Tommy Tuberville. Senator, good to see you. As you know, Dagan and I know, American people, we all know this economy is an absolute wreck. And Joe Biden seems to do everything that's wrong. So whether he's borrowing and spending, giving away student loan forgiveness, he wants to raise taxes, everything he does is making things worse, Senator.
He is running small business out of business. We've lost hundreds of them since he's taken office. Listen to this. We've lost 150,000 farmers, small farms, in the last 3 years. Think about that now. And it's not because of we don't have enough tariffs on other people across the world. It's because of EPA regulations that the Joe Biden administration is putting on our farmers and the businesses, running them out of business. So he's very successful in putting people out of work.
This is 3.5 years, but, Coach, I'm going to call you that, Senator. What he does between now and the election, it could be catastrophic, because we can argue about the tariffs, but everything that he is doing is making inflation worse, which is the #1 issue. And this is Brian Riedel and me parsing his words, but every single damn economic policy that he is implementing, so runaway spending, these student loan bailouts, inflationary tariffs, Buy America, the new housing subsidies, he's talking about $400 tax credits a month to help people buy homes. That's going to make home prices go up even more. He is creating inflation in the name of fighting it. It's insanity.
Well, let me tell you how he's creating inflation. We're printing, and we're borrowing $80,000 a second. Now, I want you to think about that. 4.6 million a minute. Joe Biden is borrowing or printing for this country. There is so much money that we flushed out, Dagan, since I've taken office 3.5 years ago. You know, the first CARES Act that he implemented when he got in, we didn't need that, but he pushed a couple $1 trillion out there. Then we did the Infrastructure Act, which I'm great for infrastructure, but I don't want to send it overseas for climate change, and that's where most of this money went. And then the Inflation Reduction Act, which was a complete joke that they passed. We have put more money out there that we didn't need to, that has actually hurt the American people. Now, we might have helped people all over the world, but we hurt small businesses. We hurt the taxpayers of this country.
And on the same point, the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, he was partying in Ukraine, celebrating after the United States sent over $61 billion in aid for the war-torn country. And by the way, his trip is also at taxpayers' expense. And the problem on the point of this conversation is we're $34 trillion in debt, Senator. And these guys spend like they're drunken sailors. Yeah.
And, you know, I was for Ukraine holding their own against Russia. They can't do that. They can't win this. But we keep flushing money in there. And you know it's not going to the right places. They're the most corrupt country in the world. They're trying to get a little bit of their ground back. And then somebody's going to have to go, President Trump probably, go in there and try to do a deal. Joe Biden has no diplomacy whatsoever. Somebody get this war over with. Get it over with and save some of the people in Ukraine. It is a disaster, and we're continuing to push the scenario by flushing money in there. Money doesn't win wars. People win wars, and they don't have enough people to win this war.
No doubt. Senator, stick around with us.